Wake up, America. Understanding the war with Iran. Good morning to all my American friends and family. Today I would like to talk about something serious, something emotional, something personal. The war with Iran. I know this subject is dividing people. Some support it, some oppose it, some shout the loudest about it. But let me ask a question. How many people actually understand why this conflict exists? How many people have truly studied the history? I'm not speaking as a politician, because I'm not. I'm not speaking as a military analyst, obviously. I'm speaking as an Iranian-American. I was born and raised in Iran, and I've lived the last 41 years in America, in the best country in the world, at least the way I see it. I've seen both worlds. And because of that, I understand something many people don't. This fight is not against the Iranian people. This fight is against a tyrannical regime. It is against a dictatorship that has ruled Iran for nearly half a century. It is against the Ayatollah and their extremist ideology. And that distinction matters. Because the Iranian people are not the enemy. I understand when Americans say they don't want war. Of course you don't. Nobody wants American soldiers dying overseas. I definitely don't. Nobody wants another endless conflict. That concern is valid. But also, we have to be honest about something. If the United States calls itself the leader of the free world, then leadership sometimes means confronting dangerous regimes, dangerous situations. Not for politics, but for the national security. For 47 years, the Iranian regime has funded proxy wars across the Middle East. They have supported militant groups. They have destabilized the entire regions, and they have killed many American soldiers. Yes. And yet, somehow many people act like this history doesn't exist. Or worse, they actually ignore it. What frustrates me the most is the hypocrisy. For decades, Western governments, including Democrats and Republicans, shook hands with the Ayatollahs. They negotiated with them. They gave them billions of dollars. And now suddenly everyone is pretending to be shocked by the consequences. Where were all the loud voices then? Where were the protests when Iranian citizens were being killed in the streets? And where were the headlines when young Iranian women and men were imprisoned and tortured and executed? Where were the campus protests for them? For 47 years, tens of thousands of Iranians have died under this regime. Students, women, journalists, protesters, young kids, and yet the world has stayed mostly silent. And here's another thing people forget. Iran is not just a political headline. Iran is one of the oldest civilizations on earth. The country that has contributed to humanity in science, in medicine, in poetry, in philosophy, and in art. The same nation that once stood as a bridge between the East and West, the same nation whose people, especially the younger generation, admire freedom, democracy. They admire democracy. They admire the Western values. The Iranian people are not America's enemy. Many of them actually look to America with hope. So when I speak about this conflict, understand something clearly. I'm not supporting a politician. I'm supporting a policy. Please get that into your head. I'm supporting a policy that challenges a dictatorship. That policy matters. If that pressure helps the Iranian people finally break free from the regime that has oppressed them for nearly half a century, then that is not just good for Iran. It is good for America, it is good for Israel, it is good for Europe, and ultimately, it is good for the free world. But above all, remember this: The enemy is not Iran. The enemy is tyranny. And if we truly believe in freedom, if we truly understand freedom, then we must at least have the courage to face the truth about it. So I ended with this. Study history, learn the facts, and stop letting politics blind you to reality. I get a lot of nasty messages, a lot of nasty, threats because of what I say. All you have to do is listen to what I'm saying. I'm not being confrontational. I'm not against America. I love America. I have a business here. I have a family that I raised here in the United States. This issue is bigger than Republicans, bigger than Democrats, bigger than any one president. This is about freedom versus dictatorship. That's very easy to understand. You tell me, freedom versus dictatorship. Which one would you choose? And that conversation deserves honesty. Thanks for listening, guys. Appreciate you.